Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Welcome back. Oh, welcome back to Throwdown Thursday. Get ready to put your dukes up. Ready to rumble. I have a very controversial topic today. Okay.
Come at me.
The topic today, now it's going to probably upset people. And before we start, I want to say, if it brings you joy, do what makes you happy. But I want to ask you, Shelley, what sport, I'm putting quotes around it, do you think would be a sport that you think should be eliminated? Because either it's not really a sport in your mind, or you think it's passe, it's time is done, or maybe you just think, that's weird. I have a sport that I think might be a little strange, and it is becoming extremely popular in the world across the different nations. It started in Finland, I believe. I've done some research on it. But the sport I think that should be eliminated is hobby horsing.
Oh, I think hobby horsing is hilarious and has great value. So I disagree with you wholeheartedly. The sport I think should be 100% eliminated because I don't see any value in it. It is a huge money grab. It's devastating and causes so much medical need of the participants moving forward. It's disgusting. I can't even stomach it. Is boxing.
Okay.
And that leads also to like that cage fighting and WWF and all of those. I'm just like, there's nothing. To me, there's no value in it. It's just a big money grab. I mean, if you're against dog fighting and chicken fighting and stuff, why would you be okay with humans fighting? I mean, that is disgusting. There's no value in it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Hobby horsing is hilarious.
Well, Shelley, they have, okay, so it started in 2017, well, in America, but it started in Finland well before that. But it debuted in America in 2017. The hobby horse contestants have to jump through these hoops. They have to sit with a hobby horse between their legs. And well, just listen.
I've watched it. It's hilarious.
But that's why I don't think it's a real sport. But it looks hard, don't get me wrong, but it reminds me of when I was a kid and I would ride a bike and I would accidentally land on that pole and it would hurt and I'd be like making that noise like because it hurts so bad. And so people do suffer. 81 of the participants have suffered injuries from doing the hobby horsing. And it's really, what it really is a big money grab because it's just a lot of merch for the contestants. Adults can participate too. They sell all of these like horses, hobby horses. It's almost like you're going to Build-A-Bear and they have different materials for it. Like they have the bridle, they have ways to beautify your hobby horse. When you go into the hobby horse competitions, It's basically just a giant craft fair that these girls are just buying things. They have competitions for the prettiest hobby horse. And then there is a person in the hobby horse world. Her name is Rosie Malari. She has the most wins of 300 titles in the hobby horsing. Her achievements and contributions to the hobby world have made her a prominent figure in the hobby horsing community. She has a passion for the sport, and believe me, hey, if that's your thing, I'm not trying to yuck somebody's yum. I want you to get what you want, but I find it kind of disturbing and odd. And I'm going to ask you something. If you had a child and they were like, Mom, I want to travel all over the nation and into these different countries, and it's going to cost us some money. It's very expensive, by the way, not to go to be in the competitions. Usually they're free, but to travel to all the competition areas is very expensive.
Well,
But if your child said, Mom, I'm really passionate about this, I'm a hobby horser, you would be like, yeah, let's do this thing.
Well, I agreed because I just looked it up on the Googles and it says the cost is about $10,000.
Yes.
Versus the cost of boxing is like the cost to train for boxing and everything right now is a $440 million industry. The prize money in boxing is $80 million. Jody, boxing is way worse than hobby horses.
I'm not against you on that, but I want you to tell me, if your child came to you today and said, I want to be a hobby horse. If Coulter said, Mom, I'm really into hobby horsing, I'm going to be running around the neighborhood with a stick and a horse head on a stick and run around the neighborhood, you wouldn't be like, that's it, I'm done, I can't do it.
No, I when I first saw it like 2 years ago, I begged Kate. I was like, Kate, can we please have a competition in your backyard? It would be so funny. And she was like, ha 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 ha. But I think it's very entertaining. You know me, I love comedy. And to me, it's a great comedy bit. I wish Saturday Night Live would do a skit on it.
But these people are like extreme hobby horsers. Like,
yeah,
even when they're just walking around the arena, Shelley, with their hobby horse, they're like just walking around, looking at all of the bridles and the gems and the beautiful. They walk around with the hobby horse between their legs.
I know, it's so great. It's an appendage.
Okay, not to be gross, but it's almost like a weird strap on.
Oh. Well, if they're taking it into the bedroom, that is a whole different situation. I wonder if there's a fetish for hobby horsing.
Have you ever seen how and it's usually girls, but there are some boys that do it, but how they're galloping with the hobby horse, right? And then they jump over like the different hurdles. And they have it and they kind of kick their legs out like a herky.
Yeah.
And then they land on their feet and then they go to the next one and they look so serious and so
it's kind
intense.
of like, yeah, I think it's like a form of dance with a horse. I'm down
it's
for
not
it.
dancing.
I support it. I support it. It's creative.
Okay, so
I am down
Coulter or Hayden came to you today and said, I want to be a hobby horser.
Yes.
You would be like, let's do it. We are going to travel to all these places.
Yes.
And you can spend your allowance on the little trinkets to make your hobby horse the prettiest hobby horse.
Of course. Yes, I would love for anybody to have a passion. So if that is your passion, I'm down for it. I support it 1,000%. And I'm serious. I love it. I find
it very if somebody's passionate about boxing.
I mean, that is, I find that disturbing.
Well, I find 81% of these contestants are injured.
I know,
but you're a hobby horse participating with a hobby horse. They're getting injured. It's dangerous. 81%.
100% of boxers are injured. 100%. 100%.
But 20% more of yours, they're punching each other. But it is a dangerous sport. 81% of them are injured.
Well,
That is insane.
It honestly.
What if they can't have children afterwards because they hurt their hoo-ha or have to get their hoo-ha rebuilt from their hobby horse?
Leaning in on Coulter becoming a hobby horser, he has cat-like reflexes, so this is a really good idea. I'm gonna lean in on it.
No, you are not.
I'm gonna get everybody for the holidays a gag gift. A hobby horse. I think it's so friggin' adorable. It can't be any worse than the break dancing situation in the Olympics.
It is worse, and breakdancers don't get injured. They might.
Yes, they do.
They might get a rug burn. They don't have something next to their privates that could give them splinters. They fall on it. The stick could break. This is insane, and I love my children, and I'm down for whatever they're doing. But I'm gonna say, if one of my kids said, "I want to be a hobby horser," I would be like, I can't. I've tried to get you into sports, to get you to do some of the things that I like. You're on your own. I mean, I don't know if I could go to, because unfortunately, a lot of the people that are the clientele, the fan base is odd.
Well, so is the fan base of boxing, Jody, for land's sakes. Look who's in the audience. Hey, sorry. I think you should explain to the audience, because I don't know if everybody knows, that Jody has always had an issue with phallic-y, like, symbols, like at the mall, the phallic symbols before you walk into the mall and stuff like that. She's like, why does everything have to be protected by a phallic? And so now what I keep hearing in this debate is that you're like, why are these people riding around on a phallic symbol?
Okay. Look, I know, yeah, it is. I do have a thing about phallic symbols. I think, like, the George Washington Monument is a giant phallic symbol. I think the fountain in front of LBJ is just him spewing off his ejaculate into the air. I think when you go to malls and they have those phallic-y guards so that you don't drive your car in to rob them, those are definite phallic symbols. A lot of water towers are phallic symbols. Rockets are definitely phallic symbols. I'm like, I know that people think they're aerodynamic and whatever, but I'm also like, what's going on? Like, why do we have to put a bunch of penises everywhere? I thought this, like, patriarch society. But I guess if we put a big vagina everywhere, tunnels are national pathways. So we could do it both ways, I guess.
So is it the horse and them riding the horses through the
I'm
tunnel?
gonna share my screen with you, so just in case this goes on to
it can go on to YouTube.
To YouTube, then I'm gonna share my screen. I can, if it'll let me. Okay.
Hilarious.
I'm gonna see if it'll let me. I don't know, maybe not, but I'm gonna try, because sometimes things are denied. But I want all of you to go out and watch the hobby horsing. And I want you to look at the picture of the girl holding her hobby horse like she's with an actual living thing. It's like, come on. I mean, I don't know. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Look at her picture. She's holding her hobby horse, looking at it in the face, holding it like it's a real thing. I mean, hold on. That is insane to me. I don't understand it. And then you just have to be very honest with yourself, Shelley. I don't think that you are speaking honestly to Cheryl and to any of the
Cheryl
now. If you say that one of your kids being a hobby horser is you're down for it, I just am like, I don't know. I don't know how this could be real. Like, look at her. She's holding it like, oh my gosh. Now, the athleticism involved in being a hobby horser, I have to give it to them. I do have to give it to them because they are going really high up on those jumps.
No, I find it I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed by them. I think it's great. I believe it's primarily females participating, and I support all women's sports.
Shelly,
except for boxing.
there are women in boxing.
I know. I don't support boxing. I'm anti-boxing.
Yeah. I mean, she's having to jump pretty high. I will give it to her for that. But
yeah, there's no video. It's just your search page.
I'm going to tell you, go and look at that search page and look. I don't understand why she has a picture of herself holding the horse's head like it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like she's in love with it. This is my hobby horse. I love him. He and I are in a competition together. We have one brain. We're thinking alike. We're going to win. We're going to be able to jump over these hurdles together. Why not just do track? Like, go do track.
You're going to lose your mind when people start competing with their robots.
Oh, well, I actually think that's kind of fun because you can build your own robot and stuff. But these are just toys, basically, that they've like, here's the thing. I just think the culture around it is strange and that they treat these hobby horses like they're real horses. And that people have to travel. I mean, I'm just saying, if my kid came to me and said, I want to be a hobby horser, I might kind of lose it at that point. I'd love to support them, but this might be taking it too far. And as for boxing, I agree. I do feel like it is very it's watching people beat the crap out of each other. I can't even watch Chive TV.
I can't.
Like, I'm like, I watching people fall, watching people get hurt. It is not something that I want to do. I don't like it when people get hurt playing their sports, and I don't like to watch people beat each other up. And it is I think it's $1 billion industry. So I'm not against what you're saying.
Yeah.
But where do our listeners feel? What do they think?
Yeah. What do y'all think? Are you down? I mean, I could see Cece competing aggressively in the hobby horse competition.
She would have an Arabian style hobby horse.
Well, and her hair flowing and everything. And Kelly's jumping skills would make her so impressive.
Yeah.
And Katie's competitiveness.
But can you do it with a stick between your legs?
Oh, they of course they can. They're talented women. I would actually love to see some hobby horse competition in Kate's backyard. I think it would be great. If PJ became a hobby horser, it would bring me such great joy.
Mark would be so pissed.
It would be so lovely.
I'd be so mad.
I think we should have a hobby horse competition in Kate's backyard. Vote. Raise your hand if you agree. Kate.
And then I'll get injured, and I would blame you if I got a splinter in my foot.
Maybe they have protective gear.
Oh, they don't.
Maybe we should, since this is becoming such a big deal, we should team up with Skims to have a protective gear. Come up with some protective gear for hobby horsing. That's our $1 million idea, Jody. Get on it. The Lady Cup.
The lady.
We're missing an opportunity. Come on, somebody. Trademark it now.
Okay, well, we want you to go to our adjacent connectors and answer the poll that is presented about this hot topic. This is a hot topic. This is something we should all be irate about. Hopefully, you are ready to fight the fight. Again, if it brings you joy, I want you to do whatever brings you joy. I just think it's a very strange sport. That is all I'm saying. And I wouldn't want my kids to do it because it might injure them permanently. And as for boxing, I'm in 100% agreement with you. I do think I don't mind people training in doing the boxing classes because you're just sparring. You're not actually trying to harm each other. But I do think that paying to watch people beat each other up is very, I'm not into it. I'm not into that at all. But what do you guys think? Let us know.
Let us know. Come at it.
Come at us. TikTok. See you later. Texas, Texas.
Yeehaw.